Lupin Pharmaceuticals in association with Higher Secondary Principals Forum.
Hello students, and a warm welcome to this class of Cooperation of Standard 12th. I am Afshan, the Incharge Principal of St.Michael Higher Secondary School, Taleigao. Before we begin, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the Higher Secondary Principal Forum, Prudent and Lupin for making this virtual learning a reality and taking up this cause for the students of Co-op. I know students, you are a bit stressed about your studies. Considering the situation that we are in, I ask you instead to be excited as you are the first batch to get the privilege of this online learning. So students, let us avoid all the negativity and embrace the positive factors around us. So what is cooperation? When we understand the word cooperation, cooperation itself says that it is a collectively operating unit or a collectively operating organization. So here cooperative society functions on a democratic principle for achieving the economic welfare. What do we understand by the economic welfare? When we say economic welfare, it means the economic interest of the members. In 11th standard, we learned the features of an organization, the principles of an organization, that is voluntary association, open membership, equality, one man, one vote, and how the members come together and work voluntarily for themselves and for the welfare of the society. So today students, we are going to learn the first chapter, that is management of a cooperative organization. Now what is management? The word management means what the management does. It means you attain the pre-established goals with the human performance and the pre-established line where you do not wait for the future but you make the future. So Sir Charles Renaud, a management expert, he defines management as a process of getting the work done through agency of community. All management functions decision. You need to take decisions at all levels, and if the management takes the right decision, then the organization will be at success. Mr. Peter Drucker, another renowned management expert, he says management is a multi-purpose organ that manages work and manages the manager, worker and business. Now in this chapter, that is management of a cooperative organization, is divided into two parts. That is organization of a cooperative society and funds management of a cooperative society. Let us take the first part, that is organization of a cooperative society. What is an organization? As you can see in the picture, the organization is a set of people who are working together to attain certain objectives or goals. So there are certain goals in an organization which the organization needs to achieve. So we can take an example according to Lewis A. Allen. He says that organization is a process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, defining and delegating the responsibility and authority, and establishing the relationships for the purpose of enabling the people to work most effectively together in accomplishing the objectives. Here we can understand this meaning in short, that organization means you identify and group the work. Okay, you define and delegate the authority, you delegate the responsibility, you decide the level of the people, their relationship, their position, and also the way of how people will come together and work together to attain the objectives. Now this term organization can be understood with the given chart. This is the structure of an organization. Just as how we have our tree chart, our family chart, wherein we have the elders and then the siblings, then the younger generation. Same way, we can understand the structure of an organization with the help of this chart. Now there are members in an organization. Who are these members? These members are the owners of the organization. Now for this entire organization, you need people to handle the organization. Now the business can be a small or big, but you need a committee, and that committee is called as the managing committee who looks after the organization. In this managing committee, we have this chairman who is the main head, the vice chairman, the treasurer and the secretary. Now they are the managing committee who handles the business. Now these are the elected representatives of an organization. They are not selected, but they are elected representatives. They look after the entire organization. Now to look after the organization, the work is divided. So then we have the chief executive, the managing director and the general manager. Now they are responsible for the different departments which are there in the organization, wherein we have the establishment department, the purchase department, the sales department, the accounts department, the cash department. So there are different departments in an organization wherein you need to be responsible for the higher authority. So basically it is a hierarchy, that is from the higher authority you are delegating the responsibility to the lower. Now for the success of every team, for example a football team, you need to have a good goalkeeper, you need to have good players, and if all the players in the team play well, then definitely you will win the match. So same way in an organization, you need to have certain features. So next topic is about the features of a good organization, or what are the features or characteristics of a good organization. The first point is division of labor. What is division of labor? Division of labor means you distribute the work according to their skills. If you divide the work according to the members, according to their skills, then definitely you will be at success. So if the work is divided, there will be efficiency in work, then there will be increase in the efficiency in work and also in the profit. Now this is the basic for all the organization. So the whole function of the business is divided into activities so that you can achieve the required goals. So once you divide the work, okay, the second point is coordination. So once you know which member is going to do what work or which work, so once the work is divided, it becomes very important to receive coordination. Since there are many departments in an organization, there should be a proper coordination. Why you need this coordination? Because all the departments are interconnected. So it is very important to get your work done in a coordinated manner. The third point is achievement of objectives. As you have seen in the organizational chart, there are different departments. Now each department will have an objective. So if you want to achieve the overall objective of an organization, then you have to fulfill or you need to accomplish the objective of each department. So if the objective of each department is fulfilled, then the common objective of an organization will be achieved. The fourth point is equity. There are different people and they are the members in the society. So as a human being, you need to deal with them with kindness. So if you want success and if you want the people to work with devotion and loyalty, the principle of equity should be applied. The fifth point is authority and responsibility structure. Now an organization cannot work until and unless the people who are working know their position, know their clear definition about their authority, their responsibility, their positions of the society. So for this, an organization cannot work until and unless the various positions in an organization are clearly defined. So here we say that authority and responsibility go hand in hand. An authority should be held responsible. So if anything happens, the authority will be held responsible, and responsibility should be delegated to the authority. So it's a vice versa. So we say that authority is very important because authority should be held responsible and responsibility should be delegated to the authority. And the last point we have here is discipline. As we all know, discipline is a must in every organization because it includes essence of obedience in behavior, respect shown by subordinates, good supervision system, clear and fair understanding, and judicious application of penalties, etc. are very important for people who are working together. So when there are more than many people working together, you need to follow the principles so that you can achieve success in your organization. Therefore, in an organization, certain amount of discipline is important for the organization to run smoothly. Now, if you want to prove the success and failure of an organization, it is sure that we can say organization can be successful only if we follow basic principles of an organization. So here we have the different principles of an organization. The first principle is unity of objective. When we say unity of objective means there should be a unity, that every member who is working in an organization should have only one direction or one unity among themselves as to what they want to achieve. So the organization should be geared fully that the basic objectives of an organization is achieved. Second point is efficiency. When we say efficiency, an individual's job satisfaction means his efficiency. So when a member or an individual who does his job properly, that means he will able to contribute to the welfare of the society, and that's going to be his efficiency. Now this we can say that we have achieved this efficiency is once the organization attains the goals and objectives at minimum cost. The third point is unity of command. Since there are many members in an organization, you need to have the command of a superior. And if there is no command of a superior, then there will be misunderstandings, conflicts, which will lead to chaos. So for this reason, you need to have the command of a superior is very important, so to avoid misunderstandings, conflicts among the members, the staff who are working in an organization. This will help to fix the responsibility of the concerned. The fourth point is unity of direction. The plan of directed towards the same end should be followed, otherwise there will be only confusion. So the direction should be same for all. So you need to, the organization, the principle of an organization says that you need to have a unity in direction. All must follow the same direction, and then only you will get the success in an organization. The fifth point is responsibility. Here the supervisor is responsible for the activities of his subordinates, and also the subordinate, he also should be held responsible to his superior, to his supervisor for the task which has been assigned to him. The sixth point is balance. Here the centralization and decentralization of power and authority must be properly maintained so that it should be properly balanced. When we say centralization, that is, here we talk about that every control is taken by the higher authority, and decentralization means when the higher authority gives a decision to the lower authority, it not be compulsory that every time the members will agree to it. Even they need to give their points, they need to give their suggestions. Then only if there is a proper balance between this, then only the society will able to run smoothly. So the principle of balance is also very important. Flexibility. As we know, the organization should always be in a position to be flexible enough. So if there is any loss or any technical change or any problem in the society, then the organization have to adapt easily and economically to any changes that is technically or any business change. The eighth point is continuity. The organization should always be in a position to be continuous. It should not stop. So when you start a society, it need not be just for 1 year, 2 years. You have started the organization, so it has to continue. So there should be continuity in the working of the society. So the next topic is the membership and the eligibility of membership. Now to form a society, you have already learnt in your 11th standard you require only 10 members to form a society. But relaxation is given for a housing cooperative society wherein only 3 members are required. Who is eligible? So here the members are the owners of the cooperative society. They are the proprietors. Any person who is major of age and who's completed 18 years and is staying in that area of operation and he's competent to enter into a contract, then he can become a member of the society. So this is an important question from the board point of view. Who is eligible to become a member of a cooperative society, or what are the prerequisites to become a member of a cooperative society? So the first point is a person who is competent to enter into a contract as per the Indian Contract Act of 1872. A firm or a company or any body, corporate body or a society which is registered under the Society Registration Act 1860 can be a member of the society. A society which is registered or is deemed to be registered under this act, a state government or a central government, a legal authority, that is a panchayat, municipality, and the legal trust which is registered under any act or law for the time being in force for the registration of such act. So these are the people who can be a member, who are eligible to become a member of the society. The next topic is, since there are many members, okay, there are different rights and duties which the member have in the cooperative society, or the members of a cooperative societies have many rights. So the first point is, what are their rights? Any individual or any person who is a member, provided he is qualified, can have the right. Now say suppose a member's admission is refused, then the concerned person or that individual can go to the registrar and appeal to the registrar of the cooperative society. A member of a cooperative society has only one vote. A member of a cooperative society, he cannot appoint a proxy. A member of can hold the shares jointly. So if there are two members in the society, they can hold the shares jointly. A member shall not claim any interest. If the amount is exceeding rupees 5,000, then a member cannot claim any interest on it. He can also inspect the list of members. He has the right to get the share certificate which he has purchased. A nominal member will not be entitled for any profit or dividend or any interest or the assets of the society. A member cannot exercise his rights of membership until and unless he had paid all his dues in respect of the shares which he has bought and also his membership fees. A member has the right to inspect free of cost the rules and bylaws which are last audited, the profit and loss account during the office hours. Now I have explained 11 points. You can learn 8 points, or you can learn 10 and write 8 points. This answer can be asked for the exam for 4 marks. Now these are the group rights. What are the rights of a shareholder member pertaining to annual general meeting? The first point is to elect the chairperson, also to appoint the members of the managing committee. You also appoint the auditor and you fix his salary, his remuneration. You adopt the profit and loss account and balance sheet of the year. To sanction profit or distribute the profit. If any memorandum has to be passed, they pass it for, this is the right of the member. To fix the amount of the fees that will be paid to the managing committee, to consider and pass the report of the managing committee, and if they want to have an extraordinary general meeting, then they can place the requisition for it. And the members also have the right to receive the notice of general meeting of the society along with the annual report. Now there are certain reasons where sometimes the membership of a cooperative society can be cancelled, or on what basis we can say that the membership of a society of a member is cancelled, or when does the membership of a cooperative society stands cancelled. So the first point is death of a member. If the member dies or due to the death of a member, the membership will be cancelled. Unsound mental position. If the member of the cooperative society is not mentally sound and he is not cooperating with other members, then his membership will be automatically cancelled. Area of operation. If the member of a cooperative society is not staying or in that area of operation or is staying outside the jurisdiction of the area of operation, then his membership will be cancelled. Non-payment of fees. If the membership fee of a member is not paid in time and he has not cleared his dues, then his membership can be cancelled. Breach of trust. If the member does not obey the rules and regulation and if he is spoiling the name of the society, then why will you keep him as a member? So his membership will be cancelled. Defaulter. Due to non-payment of fees and if he has not paid his loans and advances, then he becomes a defaulter and then his membership will be cancelled. Imprisonment. If the member was forced for imprisonment for any reason or any act, then his membership will be cancelled. So the next topic we are learning is about managing committee. Managing committee are the owners of the cooperative society. They are the proprietors and they look after the day-to-day affairs of the society. They elect their representatives on the managing committee. It is a decision-making committee. So this is the main committee which makes the decision and is responsible for the efficient conduct of the business. Here the authority will flow from the top management and the managing committee, very important, they meet at least once in each quarter of a year for taking decisions. Okay, so this is an important question. What is the procedure of election of managing committee? So how we have our elections, the same way the procedure is same for electing a managing committee. So the first thing is you will publish the voters list on a specific date. Okay, you're going to publish the list of the voters. Then you're going to appoint an officer or the chairman or the returning officer for this election committee so that he can hold free and fair election. Once you appoint, you need to publish this notice either on the notice board of the cooperative society or on a local newspaper with the detailed program. Once you publish, you need to file your nomination for contesting the elections. So once your forms are filled, you need to scrutinize the forms with the nominations papers which are filed. Once you scrutinize, you check the form. If the person wants to withdraw, he can withdraw. If any nominations are filed and if he wants to withdraw, he can do so, and that is a specific date and time. So once it is done, you will be allotted a symbol to the eligible candidate. So once he gets, there will be voting. Voting will be for a fixed date or for the same if required. After voting is done, you are going to count the votes at a specified time. And after counting the votes, you are going to declare the results of the votes after counting of the votes in the annual general meeting. So procedure of election goes right from publishing the voters list till you have declared the results. Now, who is not eligible to contest the election as a member of a managing committee? If a person is in default to the society and he has not paid his dues and from him, or he has been exceeding and he has borrowed amount and it has exceeded a period of 3 months, then he is not eligible to become a member. And if he is responsible under section 79 and 88 and he has been held responsible for the payment of cost of inquiry under section 85, then he is not eligible to become a member of the society, of the managing committee. Now, government has made some reservation policies regarding election. So on the committee of the societies, for ST, SC and for weaker section, 2 seats are reserved. That is, 1 seat is reserved for SC, ST and 1 for the weaker sections. The government can directly opt such person if not elected at the time of election. The reservation seats for employees on committee of society is made if number of employees is more than 25. If the number of employees is 11 or less, then 1 seat will be reserved for such employees. If the number of such members are 12 or more, 1 additional seat after every 10 member will be kept, and over and above first 11 members will be reserved for the employees. In case of an apex cooperative bank and federal institutions, the government has its own reserved nominees on managing committee. In case the government has contributed towards the share capital of the society, the government has policy to appoint his own nominees. Now let's understand the powers and functions of a managing committee of a cooperative society. This is also a very important question from the board point of view. The first function and power of the managing committee is to consider the application. So the applications are considered by the managing committee. They consider the registration, they consider the allotment of shares, any complaints of the member staff is considered. They punish and dismiss the salaried servants if required. They also examine the registers. They sanction the purchases of the society. So whatever purchases are made, they sanction it. They fix up the selling price of the good. The managing committee also raises the working capital. They test, they weight, they measure. They appoint salaried servants to the society in case if it is a consumer cooperative society and they require, then they can appoint a salaried servant, and they frame the rules and regulations pertaining to the service conditions of the employees of the society. I have taken almost all the points from your textbooks, so you can learn any 8 easy points which you like. Also to check the other books of accounts of the society which is maintained, to prepare the trading account, profit and loss account, the balance sheet, to arrange if there are any cultural programs for the members of the society. That is a function of the managing committee. The managing committee has the power to remove the president, very important, to take security from the person who is dealing with cash. So the managing committee has the power to take security of the person who is handling the cash. Also the power to conduct the business. So they are solely responsible to conduct the business, and also to frame the rules and regulations for the internal management of the society. Now what is the tenure of this managing committee? Now the election of the members of the committee shall be subject to the provisions of the Act and bylaws. The members here elected on the committee as such will hold the office basically for a period of 3 to 5 years from the date of which the first meeting was held, and will continue till immediately before the first meeting of the members of the new committee is framed. So here the committee is elected and the management does the work, and sometimes this managing committee is called as the board of directors. Now how can this managing committee be terminated? The next topic is termination of managing committee. The members of the cooperative society have the power to terminate the managing committee even before the expiry of the term. So the members have the rights and they have the power to terminate the managing committee. The members of the committee should hold or make an application of representation to the chairman. So if you want to remove a member of the managing committee, you need to make an application to the chairman by at least 1/5 of the members of the society. So 1/5 of the members have to make an application and give it to the chairman. All the members proposing to hold a special general meeting must sign the requisition. So if you want to hold a special meeting, all the members have to sign the requisition of the meeting. This meeting should be conducted within 1 month once the date of receiving the application. This is done only because of the members. Now the next topic which we are going to learn here is the office bearers of a cooperative society. Office bearers are the members of the managing committee. The managing committee has the power to appoint the office bearer for carrying the functions of the society. The secretary, he is one of the most important office bearer, and he is given the work to look after the day-to-day working of the society. He plays a very important role as he is handling the administration of the affairs of the society. So the first office bearer what we are going to learn here is the chairman. He is known as the chairman of the society. He is the in charge and he is the main trustee of the affairs of the society. He has to preside over the meeting and take decisions in consultation with the managing committee and the members. So in office bearer, there are 4 office bearers, that is the chairman, secretary, vice chairman and the treasurer. So the first one and the main important is the chairman, who is wholly responsible for the society. How do you elect the chairman? The members of the society in their meeting, they elect the chairman, which has been provided in the bylaws. The election of the chairperson is carried out in the first meeting of the newly elected managing committee. So in the first meeting you elect the chairperson, and in case if the society is new, then the promoter may appoint the first managing committee from among themselves, and he will elect the chairman among themselves. This is a very important answer, that is the role of a chairman in the effective working of a cooperative society. As we said, he is the most important trustee who handles the entire society. He also has certain roles, and they are: he has to see that the meetings are convened and conducted. He has to sign the minutes of the previous meeting. He has to decide the order of motion in how the meeting will be conducted. He has to have ascertain the sense, that there should be sense in the meeting. He has to declare if voting of poll is demanded. He has to maintain discipline in the meeting. He has to guide the discussion. He needs to control the discussions at the meeting. He can exercise a casting vote if necessary. Very important, if suppose there is a decision to be taken and it is equal, then the chairperson has a right to give his casting vote, and that one vote will be counted. To put the resolution if the if the poll is demanded. And also the main important thing, he has to see that the provision of the act, rules and bylaws are complied with. So basically the entire role of the chairman is to see that he handles the society, he guides the discussions at the meetings are conducted, discipline is maintained in the meeting, rules and regulations are followed, and if required, casting vote can be given by the chairman. The removal of chairperson. For the removal of the chairperson, the members of the society, they must call a special general meeting or an extraordinary meeting, and in that meeting they can discuss, and that's how a chairperson can be removed. Vice chairperson. So after the chairperson, the very important and the second important office bearer is the vice chairperson. Now what is the role of the chairperson, of the vice chairperson, is same as what is of the chairperson. So sometimes what happens is the chairperson can be absent, or for some reason he might not be present in the society. Then the role of the vice chairperson takes place. So these are the important reasons for which the chairperson may remain absent during the society's work. The first one is if he has some meeting at the same time and he has to be somewhere else. If there is a tour, maybe a tour, or if he is gone for a tour or an outstation, if he has to give some duties, if he is sick or he has some important duties which he has to conduct, or due to some personal work, or maybe suddenly some work arises and he has to leave the office, then the role of the vice chairperson comes. How do you elect this vice chairperson? The election of vice chairperson is conducted as per the provisions of the bylaws of the society. Generally, the procedure adopted to elect the vice chairperson is same as which is for the chairperson. So the role of the vice chairperson is to play mainly when the chairperson is absent. He discharges all the duties what the chairperson does. The vice chairperson has to conduct the meeting and preside over the same if the chairperson is absent. So basically the role of the chairperson and vice chairperson is same. Only thing, when the chairperson is absent, the vice chairperson is activated and he completes the role of the chairperson. Next important office bearer is the secretary. He is also called as the chief executive of the society, as he takes all the decisions, executes the decisions which are taken by the managing committee. He is responsible for the work which is to be carried out by the society. He performs the duties which are given to him by the managing committee. So basically he looks after the day-to-day affairs and he executes the decisions which have been taken by the managing committee. How is this secretary appointed? The appointment of secretary. A secretary is being the most important person in the management. He is an expert in his field and is appointed, and the managing committee delegates, gives the important powers to him. He may be a paid staff, or maybe he may be paid a salary for the remuneration carried out. But if he is entitled to salary only if they decide in the meeting, or it is decided among the managing committee that a honorarium can be paid. At such time, he is called as the ex officio member of the managing committee. This is very important, can be asked for the fill in the blanks, that who is the ex officio member of the managing committee, and it is the secretary. He is not actually entitled to a salary or any remuneration, but he can be given a honorarium for his work that he offers on behalf of the society. Now this secretary has certain duties towards the office, towards the members, managing committee and the registrar. So let us take the first one, that is the office. What are the duties of a secretary towards the office? So say for example, the secretary, what will be his role, okay, in an organization, in the office. So here we are focusing on the role of the secretary towards the office. First point is he controls the activities of the society, he guides the operation, whatever he needs to handle in the society, he looks after the paperwork, the circulars, he maintains the books, he operates a bank account, he prepares the trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Any correspondence which need to be made with the registrar, with the members, it is the role of the secretary to look after. He keeps all the records which are required. He communicates with the staff, members and makes the decision of the managing committee. He prepares periodical statements. So any reports which needs to be submitted to the managing committee, it is the role of the secretary that he needs to prepare those statements to be given to the managing committee. So I have taken 9 points. You can learn any 8 points for your exam point of view. So this was the role of a secretary towards the office. The second duty of a secretary is towards the members of the society. So for the members, what is the role? So the secretary has to see that all the letters or circulars are issued to the members. If any application needs to be issued, then that is the role of the secretary. He has to make any payments for the amount of shares or any applications for loan which needs to be given, then that is the role of the secretary. To receive the repayment of loans from the members. So any repayment of loans which are to be done, that is the work of the secretary to receive the repayment of loans. Even the application for loans from the members. If any notice or circular is to be given to the members, then the secretary issues it. Even making arrangements for the meeting, giving any information to the member. For the meeting also, the secretary has to take the note of the proceedings of how the meeting will be conducted, or how the proceeding of how the meeting was conducted. He has to make the notes of it. He has to record the attendants who are present for the meeting of the members. He has to get the minutes approved of the managing committee in the next meeting. To keep correspondence. So if any information from the managing committee needs to be given to the members, then it is the secretary who has to communicate the message, and also to transfer the shares. This was about the role of the secretary towards the members. Now the next topic is the role of a secretary towards the managing committee. When we talk about managing committee, who are the main decision making holders, what is the role of the secretary to this managing committee? So here the secretary has to make arrangements for the meetings of the managing committee. He has to issue notices or circulars of the meeting of the managing committee, to prepare a calendar of the meeting, when the meeting will be held. So that is the role of the secretary. To place before the managing committee the receipt and payment which is accountable for consideration. Any information which is needed to be given to the managing committee, that is the role of the secretary. Also to take down the notes of the proceeding of the meeting, to prepare the minutes of the meeting, to get the minutes approved, to act as an agent. So here the secretary is acting as an agent between the managing committee and also to advise the managing committee about any decision or regards to any matter for the conduct of business activity. The last role of the secretary towards the registrar of a cooperative society is to acquaint or to tell the members about the circulars or letters which have been received from the registrar of a cooperative society, to give all the information, furnish the information to the registrar about the cooperative society, to file the returns with the statement of accounts with the registrar within 45 days of the close of the cooperative year. Also, it is the role of the secretary to issue notices about annual general meeting, and a file of a copy of the same should be sent to the registrar. To submit the rectification report to the registrar. Another role is to send any proposal or any amendments to the registrar in time. Very important to keep correspondence with the registrar. So the main role of the secretary is he keeps the correspondence with the members, with the managing committee, with the registrar, as he acts as a main agent. The last office bearer is the treasurer. Who is this treasurer? He is the one who handles cash. Now, since the society is undergoing a lot of financial activities, somebody should be there to control or to look after the cash, and that is the treasurer. He is in charge of the cash and he maintains the books of accounts of the society. Again, here the appointment is, a treasurer is always appointed on honorary basis and is paid and is not entitled for any remuneration, since he is a member of the society, and on the basis of honorary he has been appointed. But you can pay him some amount for his work or whatever the decision is being taken by the committee. So let us understand the role of treasurer in the working of a cooperative society, or what role does this treasurer play towards the working of a cooperative society. Very, very important answer from the exam point of view. So the first point is, he maintains the books of accounts and he registers it up to date. He also prepares the vouchers and receipts on various payments and receipts which he makes. Also, he receives the money and disburses the money on behalf of the society. So he does all this work on behalf of the society. So whatever cash he receives and whatever amount he disburses is done on behalf of the society. Even arranging of cash, if suppose the society requires some money, is in some loss, then it is the role of the treasurer to arrange money at times if required for the affairs of the society. Examining of the legality of expenditure made during the functioning of the society. So he is responsible to examine any legality of expenditure. So whatever expenditure is made, it has to be legal. He has to also execute budgetary provisions so that he can keep the expenses in control. Holding meetings of the finance committee. So he also has to hold meetings with the finance committee, and he has to plan the financial strategy for the same. He can verify the cash anytime if he finds that there is any misappropriation found. He has to prepare the profit and loss account, and he has to assess the financial position of the society. Next is, he needs to prepare the financial statements of the society of the close of the financial year. Also, he needs to prepare all the statements, all the schedules which are required for the purpose of audit. So basically, he has to keep a record of the cash, whatever the cash is coming in and whatever is going out. He has to prepare statements, he has to keep the records, he needs to make provisions, he needs to make a budget of how he can keep the expenses in control. He has to see that the money which is being dispersed, the expenditure which has been dispersed is legal. He has to arrange money if the society requires. So this is the role of the treasurer. So this is part 1 what we have completed, that is organization of a cooperative society. So in the next part we shall do the funds management of a cooperative society.
Prudent Scholars, powered by Lupin Pharmaceuticals.